What's up, guys? So, from the beginning of my time, I have always enjoyed Subarus. From when I used to play the old Gran Turismo games, Gran Turismo 2 and 3, A-Spec, I used to love playing with the old school Colin McRae 22B wide body STI World Rally Blue. That car blew my mind. And also even the legacy B4 Blitzen with that crazy double spoiler look, and such a sick car. I thought they were I thought they were so cool, and the all-wheel drive and the fact that they can rip it on dirt and gravel and snow blew my mind. You know, other than the track cars, it just took me to a whole nother level there. So now, as an owner today, driving one, I find that as much as I loved it in video games, the community loves them just as much around me, and there's such a large community. I got a story, actually. I was driving by Wendy's, and this girl that was at the window, I pull up, and she's like,
"I love your Subaru. It's awesome. I own a Subaru."
I was like, "Oh, cool. Where's yours?" And she was like,
"It's over there."
I was like, "Oh, you got a Hawkeye." And she was like,
"No, it's a WRX."
I was like, "No, it's a Hawkeye. Hawkeye WRX." She was like,
"What's that?"
Some people don't realize that all these Subarus have, which I think is really cool, have nicknames. The community knows everyone loves Subarus and loves WRXs, STIs, Legacies, Foresters. It goes even deeper. I mean, from Subies, being the general, Subies and Fozzies for Foresters, Foz for Foresters, they all have kind of cool nicknames. And every year, even of the Imprezas going up, have nicknames which differentiates them. Now, I really didn't know too much about these nicknames. Kind of started learning about them a little bit more a few years ago, because back then I just liked that old school classic style 1999 old school Impreza STI, WRX STI, you know, but I didn't know that there were so many nicknames throughout all the years, even though they were all categorized under WRX and Imprezas, but they had differentiating names that pretty much gave them their own being. So it was really cool that you may own a WRX, but you have a certain, not year, because of course people say year, but it made it easier to separate the years. And it was cool because everyone just called them that. So that Wendy's story is kind of the inspiration for this video. Not everyone knows the unique, really cool thing about these cars is their nicknames. That lets you like appreciate every model that you may own in a deeper way. So that was her story. The fact that she didn't really know, I wanted to get this out there for everyone. Most people do know. If you're really, really into Subarus, you know about this. But let's let the world know. Why stop at Subaru people? It might make them go, that is pretty cool. So I'm gonna go over that in this video, all the different nicknames and what they look like and why they look that way and why they got that nickname. So let's start from the beginning, from the past to the present. Classic Eye. Now the classic year, which I think is my favorite year, is the 22B, the old Colin McRae style, those iconic, amazing rally movies you see back then of him ripping that stuff from like 1992 to 2000 when he was just owning. Those were those major starting years for Subaru that really put it on the map. That really great World Rally Blue color with the gold sign, Subaru symbol on the edge of the car, really put it on the map. And that's one of my favorite years, actually. It's tough to find those in good condition now, you really can't. But that classic style had that old classic lights. You know, a lot of lights back then were very simple. Just a regular rectangle, nothing more than that. Very simple, but man, did that car have some beautiful lines to it, honestly, especially in that wide body style. Bug Eye. Next you have, when it did a facelift up in 2000 to the Bug Eye. Now this is a big iconic year too. I guess they call it the Bug Eye because it resembles either a Volkswagen Beetles type circle lights, or just in general it has like the looks of a bug, you know, a little insect. It just has big beady eyes. So they called it the Bug Eye, but this model was also really cool. A lot of people tend to either leave them as the Bug Eye or put some eyelids on them, because at that time they really weren't the most aggressive front end, but you can make them look aggressive with some nice eyelids on there. Blob Eye. Now, after this year, you had the facelift to the Blob Eye. To me, it's a really nice style. It became a bit more of Subaru's aggressive look in that facelift. The headlights got a more slanted down, but I guess they would call it the Blob Eye because it dipped a little bit down. So because it dipped down, it almost looked like it was like dripping right at the edge there. You can see by the picture that it definitely it looks a lot more aggressive. They did a great job with that front fascia and the Blob Eye, but you could tell it's starting to change more and modernize a little bit. Hawkeye. After the Blob Eye, they came out with the Hawkeye, and the Hawkeye is a very, very popular model. I mean, you've got your Bug Eye, you've got your Blob Eye. The Hawkeye became a bit of a model that everyone liked a lot. You know, some people really, it's a hit or miss. Some people really like the front fascia of the Hawkeye, or they really don't like it too much. But the Hawkeye, I guess, would say it originated because of the nose. It has a new grille in the center that kind of gave it more of a bird look. Gave it a little bit of a, I guess you say a nose. That's all I can say, a beak. Maybe a beak in the middle there is what they're going with, but the lights are really slanted now. They're a lot more slanted than before. And that beak, that signature center grille stood almost like a representation of a beak and giving it that bird nose type look. So that's why they ended up calling it the Hawkeye. Staying guy. Now after the Hawkeye, things took a little bit of a turn, and it's a little weird how they got this name, but this is my model right here, and that is the Stink Eye. Stank Eye, Stink Eye, whatever you want to call it. But I think they said this model nickname originated from the face, a smiley face, one of the emojis that looked like a stank face or stink face. I guess it would look more like that. So you get that, damn, the hell's that damn smell kind of face. So because of that, I don't know where I see that in there, but I guess I see it a little bit. More of a, what the hell's that smell? I guess I can see that, but that's where they say they kind of originate from. Or they say it's one of the ugliest fronts of a Subaru Impreza ever. I mean, I got it. I enjoy it. I think it looks great. It's actually one of my favorite looking front ends beyond the, I like the Blob Eye, and of course I like the old classic eye. But this is one of my favorites too. I really like the way this looks. But I guess, you know, either whether it be for the fact that it's not the best looking face and they gave it the Stink Eye or Stank Eye face and they gave it that name, or the fact that it's representation of that emoji, it's a cool looking front end, no doubt about that. I like it a lot. Whether some people like it, it's everyone's opinion. But they call this one the Stink Eye, Stank Eye, whatever it want to be. Stink Eye, Stank Eye, whatever you say. Evo Eye. Now in 2015, this one is still really hasn't been set in stone, this nickname, but they've given it the name, what I've been hearing around, the Evo Eye, because the 2015 WRX really resembles the Mitsubishi Evo's headlights. They look very similar, slanted, almost that same shape as the same Evo shape. So they all call it the Evo Eye. I don't know if that's official. They haven't really put it in, but a lot of people I've read have been saying that. I don't know if it's set in stone again, but that's what they give that one. The Evo, Mitsubishi Evo, and the Subaru 2015 WRX and STI have a very similar headlight style. That's why they called it that. Now to go beyond this, you've got some other models of Subaru. You've got your Forester. And they call the Forester, I've seen Fozzie. They call it the Foz or Foz. But a really cool nickname again for you being in that categorization of owning a Forester, you have a nickname as well. Not sure if there's anything for Outbacks, but you can correct me there if you've heard it. And for you Legacy people, they like to call the Legacy Legos. So if you got a Legacy, you are a little toy that children's play with. But yeah, they don't ever take into consideration giving any of these names anything beyond something childish, which is cool about, you know, Subi, Subaru, Fozzies, Bug Eye. It's like kind of childish, but I find that childishness unique, and it's pretty damn cool. Even though they're all WRXs, and even if they're all Imprezas or Foresters, to just give them individuality. The name stayed the same forever. It's really cool when they have that. Like an M3, you know, has an E90, an E92, an E46, an E30, an E36. They've got all those different symbols in the BMW range as well. So it lets you really know. It's kind of cool. I like the whole nickname thing, and I like the fact that they gave it funny, kind of cartoony names. It's not just the engine. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, every engine in this car is an EJ25. So it's, you know, that from like 2002 all the way up to 2014, it's the same engine, and they're still using this same engine in 2015 on the STI. It hasn't changed. So you can't use the engine as a differentiating. They got the classic, Bug, Blob, Hawk, Stank, and then you've got your Evo. Whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so guys, I just want to do that video. Let me know what you think your favorite model is. If you have a hated model, a lot of you guys out there own Subarus. Tell me what you got. I always read the comments, even if there really aren't many comments, but I always like to read them. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.